Both teams still searching for that first win of the season. One of them's going to find it here as we're off in week 2. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And they'll be led out by their QB, now in his 8th season in the NFL.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. You just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
Catch made over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 38-yard line.
Looking for a throw here. Won't make the play on that one. It hits the deck, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's gonna be 3rd and long. They'll try and throw it here. Complete out to the right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play, and it'll give them a first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Motioning the tight end now. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back now, pressure on its way. He's got it. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. His drive has been excellent. A few shots now, but starting with 6 as they come up on it, 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Has them the touchdown. These guys finish up an excellent opening series. Well, he couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. After they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Gibson now to return. And look at this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by their 4th-year quarterback.
I know quarterbacks of this ilk sure excite their teammates. They love to see his explosion and that speed come to life. I also know this, Kate, that defensive coordinator on the other side, he did not sleep good all week long, knowing he could do everything right, have the right call. That QB speed is a difference maker.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
His first throw is an interception. And he makes the Huffco. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. So now it's 13-zip, Brock, and they've got to be even happier knowing that multiple phases of their game contributing to this lead early on.
Yeah, I'm going to guess the defense probably not going to keep up with the offensive scoring touchdown for touchdown, but you can't script a better start.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Gibson now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on his return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Their offense headed back out for its second drive of the contest. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. They put a receiver in motion here left. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Man in motion here. From the 44 here on 2nd down. Now he takes it. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. 16 yards on the play. And it'll give him a 1st down.
And the San Diego 1st down.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again following the set. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Back to throw now. Setting up the screen. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness that's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The kickoff unit set. Here we go. Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag.
Still 1st down.
Looking to the air here. Short pass brought in. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Right up the gut. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Complete beyond the marker. He's got the first down grab and still going. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They give it to him again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Give him 8 yards on the play. And it sets up first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. It's a 2-score game early. More coming up after this quick break. Time to begin the 2nd quarter, and we'll pick up with what's already been a lengthy possession. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Lone back gets the handoff, and they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Running back sent in motion left. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
So 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. From the same spot as an extra point here, 32 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends their lead to 14.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. This offense ready to get going again now. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. It is cut left side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. Sending a receiver left. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 48. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. They're going play action. Cut out left. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Slot man in motion right. They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A 5-yard gain on the play. And they're going to have a first down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Trying to throw here out of the gun. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Back out runs their offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll run here from the gun. And a decent pickup. They're going to have it up at the 43 after that run. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. They'll run it from the gun. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that gives them the first. Back-to-back carries here. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Looking right, and he finds him. And this one doesn't go far. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They motion the tight end over. That's caught for the first. And they get this down to the 28. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
They'll throw on first. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Well, that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. They go play action here. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. Their offense running back out now. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Throwing now on first down. That's complete to Parker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
This offense making its way back out now. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory, and they've got a short field after that pick. To throw it on first down. Finds him over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And they'll have first down. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end left. Throwing from the gun. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
So now here's 3rd and 5. They're throwing it. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Trying to find his tight end. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Now out comes the field goal unit as they try this one. This only a chip shot from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends their lead to 14.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. That brings us to halftime. It's a 14-point game after 2 quarters of play. As we send things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Kate, back to you and Brock in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet.
Story is halfway told.
I think there
Let's
could
see
still
what the
be
back
some
half has in
fireworks
store
yet
as
to
we
come.
get started in the third quarter. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the cover. Need to worry about.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Quick to the left, it's caught. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that'll give him a first down. A give now from the gun. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Pass play coming here. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that brings up 4th and short. For the third time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll get him back to 11.
He's happy to bring him 3 points closer, but I'm sure he sees the situation of the game. He knows 3 isn't going to cut it to end these drives. They need to find the end zone.
Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense ready to take the field now. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
It's first downs like that, Kate, just with the toughness of these receivers, I can't help but think about some old school dudes. These playbooks have evolved so much in the NFL. Can you imagine some of the physical receivers back in the day and how badly they would have loved to play into systems like this that just find a way time and again to put the ball in their hands?
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's a throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. That's one he knows he should have had. And 4th and 4 coming up. So out now comes the punter. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Now outruns their offense to take over. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
2nd and 3 now. Here he goes on the bootleg. Completed to his running back. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
To throw here on 1st down. Has it downfield working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Finds his fullback. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be a 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Running back sent in motion. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, here's what I know, Kate, and sadly from personal experience, after this one's over, the QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer or he's not going to endure this season.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well. They can't blame him for the deficit. He's been doing all he can to kick them into contention. That's now his 4th field goal. And all those kicks he's made are part of why the lead is still close.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Now this offense getting set to work here. They didn't add to their lead last time out. So they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Running it now out of the gun. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. He's going to throw this one. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Right side, quick pass, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 3 now. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3. He's dropping back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That one gains 7. And it'll give him a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. New set of downs for him at the 38. Pass play on 1st and 10. Hits him on the in route. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give him a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Brought in right side. And he'll go down here at the 16.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. They did it! He made the interception! There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Now this offense ready to head back out. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Play action on first down. Connects on the crosser. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled for no gain.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Second and 10 now. He'll get this one to Parker. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Kid, I was on the field, a young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, give him a chance to make a play.
No gain there, and that'll bring up fourth and a few.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
They'll bring out the punter here. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And they are there to bring him to a halt at the 26. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have second and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Setting up a throw. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it sets up first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
He'll throw it. Caught by his back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5. From the 36. Throw left side, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And they're going to have a first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
He'll throw it yet again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing now, off play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. The offense headed back to the field. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Complete right side to Myers. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They go play action on 1st. Finds his back complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 4. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We've reached the 2-minute warning. These guys trail by 8. They're set up at the 35 now. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen.
That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Now the PAT try coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys lead by 15 now. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Gibson now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. This offense getting all set for this series. Getting right back to it after that interception. This will be caught by Parker. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Throwing now on 1st down. That one's complete, right side. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the 43. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll throw it again. Setting up the running back screen. And he's brought down after a short gain. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. From the 44 here on 2nd down. Trying to push it deep downfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing now. That's caught for the first. And he's taken down at the 30. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. Down 2 scores, no timeouts remaining. Long odds ahead of him. It's 1st and 10. Uh-oh, he can't escape. He's brought down. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. They did their part.